going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Welcome back here today to a Bleacher Report article reaction that was written by Dan Favale on August 7th, which is today. Fresh NBA trade ideas from the latest news and rumors. So I enjoyed their articles before the draft and free agency and like the rush trade, just hearing their trade ideas because they come up with ones that maybe are bad ideas, but I never even thought about a potential idea of that happening. So I enjoy reading these, and you guys seem to enjoy these reactions as well. So we're going to see what the new ideas are after free agency, where we know where all these teams are up. You can see the cover photo is Dennis Schroeder, so we're probably going to see a Dennis Schroeder trade offer today. So if you guys do enjoy these videos, drop a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Let me throw the hoodie on real quick, because then it's weird, because you might have saw something right there with the green screen, but once I put the hoodie up, it blocks the shadow behind me, which saves me in the long run, editing-wise. So, yeah, let's hop into this today, and we'll see if I agree, disagree. But, yeah, we got hypothetical trade offers. So, Dennis Schroeder's probably going to be in here. I'm sure there's going to be a Ben Simmons idea, maybe a Buddy Hield. Let's get into this. So, could the Celtics and Lakers find a common ground? All right, Celtics and Lakers trade. I don't know if that would ever happen. And this is Dennis Schroeder for Josh Richardson. What? I mean, I guess this is if only Dennis Schroeder would make it there, but I think Boston would not really want to do that because they gave up Moses Brown, a nice asset, for Josh Richardson, and like Schroeder doesn't help them out defensively. Now, they don't really need defense at the one, even though some people think they do, but you have Tatum, Brown, and Smart all out there, like, and Horford. You're fine defensively. You can have a defensive viability. I don't even think Schroeder's that bad. So, they're not great, but like, I wouldn't say this is Isaiah Thomas in the backcourt or Trae Young. So, I don't know. I would say that this is really pointless for the Celtics giving up Richardson. Now, I would say if you're trying to do a common ground, maybe a sign and trade involving, well, not Marcus Smart. I don't really know who would be a sign and trade. I honestly just think that Schroeder at this point should just sign a 1-year mid-level exception or whatever they can do here just with Schroeder and say, hey, Dennis, this is probably going to be the best team that's going to offer you mid-level exception. Maybe you can go back to the Lakers, and maybe the Lakers will sign him. So, I don't know. Maybe that can happen. Or maybe they do sign and trade, and then the Lakers can land a young player like a Nesmith or more Romeo Langford. But I don't see that happening. So, I don't know. I don't really see this happening. It's an okay idea, but I just don't see Boston really doing that, giving up an asset for Schroeder. It's really they sign him or they just roll with Marcus Smart at point guard. Next up, we have the Ben Simmons wants to play for a California team, eh? Okay, so you can kind of see, because it's a little bit scrolled down on my end more than your end, but you can see Buddy Hield's face right here. So I'm guessing it's going to involve the Sacramento Kings, and it's a three-way. Okay. You know we all love a good three-way. So we got Buddy Hield going to the Philadelphia 76ers along with Derek White, Sacramento's 2022 unprotected first-round pick, and Sacramento's 2025 top 3 protected first. Kings get Ben Simmons. Okay, so you're basically giving up. Oh, all right. No, I actually thought this wasn't that bad. But the fact that Davion Mitchell, oh my God, in a 2023 pick swap via Sacramento, why Sacramento was getting robbed in this trade? You're giving up Buddy Hield, Marvin Bagley, Davion Mitchell, and technically 2 first-round picks and a swap for Ben Simmons? No, that is not worth it at all. So the Spurs are basically getting, wait, what? Bagley, Davion Mitchell, and a 2023 pick swap for Derek White? Is there something missing in this trade? I don't know, because I just don't agree with this. I mean, the Spurs are getting a hell of a deal for Derek White. That's the package they would get for Derek White? I don't even know if Ben Simmons will go for that much. I mean, like, wow, okay. I don't know. I think the Kings would give up, like, Hield. Maybe you try to do, like, Spurs take on Bagley, and then the Spurs will also give up Derek White for Bagley. So you do Hield, White, or it's really Hield, Bagley, and 2 first. I think that's a lot, or that's the most Sacramento would do. Just Davion Mitchell. Whoa. I don't know. It seems like the Kings are giving up a lot here, and the Spurs are really getting Bagley, Mitchell, and a first for Derek White. I don't know. It seems like the Spurs are getting a better package in this than the Sixers are. So, I don't know. Maybe this is a Spurs fan who wrote this kind of trade idea. And he has a whole kind of synopsis here of saying why he does it. So I will leave a link to this in the article or the description below if you want to take a look at the article yourself. Could Portland give Dame a reason to smile? Larry Nance is the reason he's going to smile. So it's Derek Jones Jr., Nasir Little, and a first-round pick, top 12 protected through 2023, turns into 2 seconds if not conveyed, which, I mean, that will probably be a first-round pick if Dame's still there in 2023. For Larry Nance, I mean, this is a great return, I feel like, for Cleveland. You get a young player, most likely a first-round pick. I mean, is Larry Nance going to move the needle that much for Portland? I honestly thought it was maybe more of a Kevin Love trade idea. I just don't know if Dame is going to be that excited about Larry Nance Jr. I don't know if that's going to give him a reason to smile. So, like, the first three trades here, I would say the most likely one would be this trade. I just think Sacramento would say no, and just this is an unrealistic return for San Antonio. And then this one, maybe this is actually probably more realistic. Yeah, I would say then maybe the Schroeder, Josh Richardson deal. And I don't know, yeah. Because can Josh Richardson, since he's been traded, can he get traded again? Or, yeah, in like 60 days, or maybe you'd have to go around until the new year. I guess because none of these deals have been fully made. Or no, I thought August 6th was the finalizing of all these deals. Next, wow, he wrote a lot on that too, so check it out. Look in the description to this article. Here, the Kings have the assets to get Pascal Siakam. Okay, now this I could maybe get behind because I don't know. Will they have to give up Davion Mitchell? No. See, Pascal Siakam, they get Marvin Bagley, Harrison Barnes, and 2 first-round picks. I'm doing that if I'm Sacramento. I am. I think that's a great return. And I think if I'm Toronto, I'm doing that trade too. Now, I would have liked if they got Jalen Suggs and then did this trade. Because now you got, I guess, Bagley and Barnes. And, I mean, you can play Bagley at the 5 because you really just kind of have Ken Birch there. And you can still roll Barnes at the 4. Because I guess once you get Barnes, you're like, okay, Siakam could be expendable. So, yeah, I think there's a chance Siakam will get traded. And I think Sacramento's a likely destination. It's crazy that they're giving up, really, Bagley, Healed. You could say he's probably more valuable than Barnes due to his spot-up shooting. So they're giving up a way lesser package and Davion Mitchell in exchange for Pascal Siakam than Ben Simmons. And I'd rather do that where you can keep Healed as a nice shooter, you can keep Davion Mitchell, and you really just giving up Barnes and Bagley, and then the 2 first anyway you're going to give up for Siakam. Yeah, I'd much rather go after Siakam if I were the Kings than Ben Simmons. So sorry if I was kind of you didn't see that, so I gotta remember to scroll down a little bit more. But yeah, interesting. Very interesting. And then the final, where would I rank that before we go to the final trade? I would probably say this is the most realistic one, and I honestly think this might be even more realistic. I kind of like this for both teams. It's really Toronto's like, okay, saying the reset button, but I think getting 2 first and a young player like Bagley and then Barnes can still help you maybe contend in the East, and he could just be a nice veteran for Scotty Barnes and OG Anunoby and some of the younger guys on the squad. So I could get behind that. And then the final trade we have is could the Raptors actually be buyers, so completely pulling a 180 from what he just said, and them getting Derek White in exchange for Goran Dragic, Malachi Flynn, a first, and a top 3 protected swap. Wow, they are valuing Derek White immensely here. They really are. I don't know. I feel like Derek White's value is kind of high because what the Spurs got before, you'd have to give up Malachi Flynn, basically a first-round pick, a 2022, and then a swap. I mean, Goran Dragic is there to make the money work, so, yeah, and then you get a third team involved. Maybe San Antonio changed Dragic to the Mavericks, and they get, a couple seconds or something, or maybe a young player like Tyrell Terry in that. Possibly. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of these trades down below. I think my favorite, big one, I would say there's 3 big ones here. The Siakam one, I guess it's really just 2 big ones. The Siakam and the Ben Simmons one, both to the Kings. And I like the Siakam one a lot more. I think this one is very lopsided, where the Spurs are getting this package for Derek White, and the Kings, I feel like, are giving up a lot in Healed, 2 first, and 2 first, a swap, and then Mitchell, they're not the overall pick in Bagley. Seems like a lot. So maybe this trade could be a little bit realistic or more realistic because it's just straight up 1-for-1. But I think this one's probably my favorite. The Kings getting Pascal Siakam for Bagley Barnes. And I'd give up 2 first-round picks. The unprotected one hurts. I mean, you're trying to make the playoffs. It's a loaded Western Conference. So I think they should make a trade. So I kind of like this one a lot because if the Kings want to make the playoffs next year, they should really make a trade for Pascal Siakam because you have the Lakers, the Clippers still, Mavericks, Warriors, Suns, Jazz. That's already your top 6 right there. I think I said Mavs. But then you have a type of Portland, Memphis, New Orleans will always be a little bit competitive. It's going to be tough in the Western Conference, and there might be a team I'm already missing in there as well. So yeah, you guys can let me know what you think down below. Drop a like if you guys did enjoy this type of video. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.